College students can do who want to be a part of the industry, you know, who are getting their education now and who are saying, you know, when I graduate, I want to just go to New York or go to Los Angeles. You know, what steps should they take in order to be successful?
Go to New York. They should go to Los Angeles. Get on a bus if you have to. Follow the dream, because the minute you stop dreaming, nothing happens. I still dream. If you don't have those dreams and those wishes and those hopes for yourself, it's over. And you have to believe. And even as hard as it can be, the struggles, I mean, there were times where my sister Felicia Richard and I only had a can of tuna fish to eat for dinner, and we also had to feed a cat. We had 2 cats, you know, but we survived that. A little hunger is good for you, so you can have that edge. I say go for it.
Is there anything, any specific steps that you have taken in your life that have led you to now that we might could benefit from?
The steps that I've taken in my life that are most beneficial for me to express to young people is I've kept going. I've taken the steps to keep going. I never stepped to the side. I never stepped back. I took steps to keep going forward. And so even today, I mean, I hardly have time to look back and, you know, I can't relish in the success of yesterday or whatever I did. I'm moving forward with new ideas and new challenges, and I have to keep moving forward. So I would say those are the steps that young people need to know about, is to keep taking whatever step it is that's going to move you forward. Because you're in a race that's not just against time, you're in a race with yourself. That you got to go around and get across the finish line. And you have to keep going.
Okay. Now I know that, you know, you're saying keep going and things like that, but we do experience failure in this industry.
That's a part of it. Failure is what? An experience that defines, that says you need to work maybe a little harder on this, or they were wrong.
Right. They were wrong.
When the musical West Side Story opened on Broadway, it opened to the worst reviews known to man and God. It is the quintessential American musical. When The Wiz opened, it opened to the worst reviews known to man and God. They criticized even what Stephanie Mills looked like. That musical won every Tony Award, ran for years. When the Impressionist painters changed the style of art. Instead of painting with a very realistic brush stroke, used little strokes to create a new energy in the painting. They were called heretics. They thought they were, you know, going against God to paint something like that. You can't buy it today. So maybe people could be wrong. Your failure might be your success. Your failure might be what defines you. When I failed to get into a school, it was defining for me. It was my defining moment. Because it was saying to me, was I going to continue, or was I going to take that man's opinion? Keep stepping.
Keep stepping. Okay. So now, today, how has the industry changed from when you first got into the industry?
Well, the industry is so much bigger now.
Right.
There are so many venues in which to get your ideas out there. The internet, I mean, people are making television shows for $100. The technology is accessible to the world. The technology has redefined the industry. The industry can't even keep up right now. This is why we have a lot of litigation, a lot of problems with unions, because images are all over the internet and no one is in control, and there are no laws that can catch up to how quickly it's happening. But that might be difficult, but the good part is it allows the world to communicate. When you look at what's happening in, what is it, Myanmar? Myanmar, how we say it? Myanmar. They can't stop the technology from sending us images of what's happening. The government tried to shut it down. it's not possible anymore. So technology has really advanced and made possible for anybody almost that has a really good idea, they could kind of get it done.
You know, Tennessee State University is trying to implement a women's center. We have President and First Lady Johnson here who have been very, influential in spearheading that. Just talk again a little bit about the importance of education and maintaining good physical and emotional stability as you're doing whatever job that you pursue.
Well, when you're born into this world, God gives you almost a perfect model. Some people are born with some maladies or different problems, but for most of the human race, we're born with a perfect vessel. And how you treat this vessel, your temple, which houses your heart and your brain and all of the energy that defines you, you have to respect that. So people that are doing damage to themselves, if it's with drugs, alcohol, or mentally, challenging with abuse, they need to do something about that, because this is your temple as given by God. This is your temple. And you must respect it and take care of it.
All right, thank you. Do I have a question? You can say your name and major.
Hello, Ms. Debbie Allen. My name is Melissa Hall. I'm a junior mass communications major, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And my question to you is, what are some necessary elements one should have in order to have a successful dance studio?
Okay. Well, first of all, if you want to create a dance studio, you need to be in a place that really has a constituency where you can have students. So you have to be in a community where you have students. And I think it's very important, my sensibility, is to really focus on training young people, like create a program for the 4 to 7-year-olds, because I call them early birds in my school. That is the beginning of growing your academy or your dance studio into what it's going to become. Also, you want to be able to offer at least somewhat of a palette of different dance techniques. Hip-hop is very popular now. Ballet is something that is necessary. Hip-hop dancers are now training in ballet so that they can be more technical. So you want to have a comprehensive program. At my school, we teach ballet, modern, hip-hop, flamenco, salsa, tap. We even teach Cirque du Soleil techniques. So it's a matter of playing to your audience. Who is the dance studio for? Is it for-profit? Is it non-profit? All of those will define the cost of your classes, how big it needs to be, and starting how you need to start. Start in a little place. Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Allen. How are you?
I'm good.
My name is Aquanetta Donnell. I am a junior English major from Jackson, Tennessee, and I'm also news editor of the campus newspaper, The Meter. And I just have a simple question for you. I understand that you said some days that you had to go, you went hungry, you and your sister. But what inspired you? What was your biggest inspiration to make you what you are today?
Well, when I think of the greatest inspiration, I have to look at my mother, Vivian Ayers, who is the founder of the Brainerd Heritage Foundation in Chester, South Carolina. My mother always made us believe in our art and in ourselves, and believe in the world, believe that there was a place for us to emerge and become all of who we could become. My mother's our greatest inspiration. There were times where she taught us how to fast, and that fasting was a good thing because it was a way to cleanse your body of the mechanics of digesting food and become more spiritually enlightened. So I would say the greatest inspiration has been my mother, who's taught us so many things about the world and given us an idea of ourselves as citizens of the universe.
Well, Ms. Allen, we would like to thank you so much for coming to see us today. We have some gifts for you.
Oh, I like presents.
This is from the students. They've all signed a card for you.
Thank you so much. I love flowers.
And this gift is from President Johnson.
Whoa. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so
Again,
much.
thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate you being here, and we'll continue to watch you and all that you're doing. We really appreciate you being
so
here.
much.
And thank you all for coming, and we'll see you all next time.